Welcome everybody to the Raw recap. Is the Drip King Jimmy Bay, and as my man David said, that's been enough TV. It's time for the Raw recap, and I'm excited because yet again we have another banger of a TV show. Thank you very much, Triple H. You're doing good things. So let's jump right into it because that's what they're doing now with the show. We got Nick in the chat. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick, jumping in. Good to see you, bud. Good to see you, bud. Right at the gate, Bayley, Io, and Dakota starting to show off again, and they were in multiple segments of the show. Yet again, it just goes to show you they mean business. Looking good tonight. Hey, babe, you looking good too. I hope you get well, though. So they come out and they let it be known this division needs to be saved, and that's why Bayley is here. That's why they brought up Io. That's why she brought up Dakota, and they're here to do some things. Got Tidy in the chat. I'm ready. I'm ready as well because, again, I was very excited for tonight's show. Nice setup for the ladies match at Clash. Nice to see the ladies presented so credibly. Yes, thank you. That's what I want to see. The ladies getting their dues because it's been too long. So while Bayley's doing all this, out comes Alexa, then out comes Asuka, out comes Bianca. They walk to the ring together. They go back and forth a little bit, and then basically it comes down to Bianca challenges Bayley and the other two to a 3-on-3 at Clash at the Castle. So there it is, the 3-on-3 that I had predicted was going to happen. I think a lot of people predicted was going to happen, but this is where predictability works because I'm excited for that. We're going to get some new faces, some old faces, and some faces that have been around a minute but need to get reintroduced into the women's division as like credible threats. So everything about these ladies in this match is awesome. I'm so ready for it. I'm so pumped. And then a brawl ensues, and that's what happened. It was a nice brawl. You had girls going to the crowd. You had Alexa flying off the barricade. It was just mayhem. Beautiful. It's beautiful. This is how the women's division should be booked. Beautiful. Again, thank you. After that, we go to a Seth Rollins versus Angelo Dawkins match. We got Seth Rollins versus Montez Ford last week. It was a very good match. What we got this week, I'm going to let it be known right now, it was better. Hot take, call me crazy, call me, I don't care what you want to do it. And Bliss is back. Yeah, it's been too long. I'm not one of the people that hated on the whole Lily nonsense. I get what it was for. It was fine with me. But yes, I became a fan of Alexa Bliss when she was the bitch. So, nope, not getting me, Zane, not getting me. But I'm not mad about seeing this Alexa Bliss back because Alexa Bliss, whatever you give her, she can turn chicken shit into chicken salad, and that's what she does. But yes, this Alexa Bliss is the best version. You almost got me. I was like, oh, what is he talking about? Nope, not happening. Solid match with Seth and Dawkins and a clean finish. Dawkins looking good. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Can't argue there. It's about time the women were presented correctly. So with Angelo Dawkins, I've been saying for months, because everyone's always like, Montez is the star, Montez is this, Montez is that. And I agree. Dude has it all. Angelo Dawkins gets slept on far too much. And as I've said, as far as an in-ring wrestling competitor, Angelo Dawkins right now is better than Montez Ford. And if you don't believe me, watch the match last week between Montez and Seth. Watch this week between Seth and Angelo Dawkins. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Montez, he gets kicked in the match, tries to interfere. He ends up getting ejected. I think that's more playing on – I think when the turn happens, I think it's going to be Montez that turns. I think he's going to be the one that blows his gasket and all that. We shall see. That's down the road, though. We'll talk about that whenever it happens. But there you go. Nope, I don't think so. I just don't think so. I think this ain't a knock on Cash because I love Cash. I think Dawkins is better than that. I think he's better than that. He has more offense, and He obviously doesn't have the charisma as Montez, but he's got it. He's got charisma. I'll go ahead and put this one up because I'll be okay with it if my clicker will work. Dawkins is like Bautista for sure. Not really, but I'll go with it. Joe Dawkins got some moves and he has a hella finisher. Yes, I just like Dawkins. I don't know what it is. I think he reminds me a lot of D'Lo Brown in a sense. He doesn't look like he's an athlete, but man, is he an athlete. He surprises you. He's credible, and he's better. But he's better. That's what I get when I look at him. I really hope that he doesn't get cast aside when the breakup happens. But whatever. This match, Rollins kept going for the stomp, going for the stomp, going for the stomp. Dawkins kept blocking it, moving. Now, you ain't getting me with that damn stomp, Seth. So Seth finally had to pull out the pedigree. Nice little touch to Triple H because we're glad that he's in charge now. And Seth Rollins picks up the win. After the match, he hits the stomp, and then that's when Montez comes in and Rollins leaves. Good match. Loved it. Every bit of the opening, I'm in love with. I'm excited. I'm pumped. Just where he doesn't get the same recognition. I get, yeah, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that for what, yeah, I'll go with that 100%. As soon as he gets away from doing Street Profits, he can be gay. Yes, he absolutely has charisma. They both have charisma. And next to Montez, there isn't a person on the planet that can match Montez's charisma. So it looks like he has nothing, but he's got the charisma. He's got it. Come on, my clicker, man. It doesn't want to work. Who was arrested ringside, right? Okay, yes, I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. If you stay with me, Rolly Roll, because that's at the main event. When I get there, I'll touch on it because it definitely was somebody. Dawkins can't. I don't even know what you're talking about, Zane. Anyway, so after that commercial break, go to the back. We got Mysterios. They're talking. Edge walks up, and this is where it gets interesting. This is what I was talking about last week. Edge comes in. He goes, "Hey, I got your back. Sorry, Dom. That was an accident last week. I didn't mean to spear you." And Dom says, "We're cool," and then shoves him. And then Ray's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" He goes, "I can't believe you're taking his side over mine," like a little preteen, angsty little brat, and walks off. I hope you know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about, Nick. That's a Ray needs to keep. He needs to keep Eddie's son in check. He needs to keep Eddie's son in check. I'm not gonna say I called it because I feel like a lot of people called it, but yes, I've been seeing it coming like everybody else, and now it's here, and it actually has meaning to it because again, there's a reason for it. There's dissension. I like it. I like how it's played out as opposed to just him joining Judgment Day just for the sake of joining it. Now he's joining it because his daddy picked someone else over him. It makes sense. Then Dom leaves and he's like, I'll go get my son Edge. Don't worry. Because Ray stuck up for Edge, and that's what it is. Dissension. I like it. Then from there, we go to Ezekiel coming out, and then Kevin Owens comes out because it's the Kevin Owens show now, baby. You could tell there's a different Kevin Owens from the moment this man music hits and walks out. There ain't no playing to the crowd. There ain't no looking around. There's no pump, none of it. He just storms out to the ring, gets in Ezekiel's face, match starts, jumps him, throws him outside, beats him to holy shit, power bombs in the apron, goes in and laughs as the medics come and put Ezekiel on a stretcher and take him away. That's the Kevin Owens I miss. That's the Kevin Owens I love. As great as he is at literally everything else he does, this is the Kevin Owens we miss and need and love oh so much. Dom's heel turn was feeling a little long in the tooth. It has, but again, I like that they're giving it a reason now. It's not just happening just because. It's like, okay, there's some meat on the bone now. I understand it. Tidy Jimmy's usually on the nose. Hey, thank you, babe. Thank you very much, babe. I usually am pretty on the nose with some predictions. You need to calm down. He's saying. What we got here, David? Owens and Ezekiel again, or more no nonsense. It was nice to see though. Back to the NXT roots. Yes, absolutely. Owens felt like a main event star, as he should be. As he should be. Okay, yep. And then we need the prize fighter kill back, and by the looks like that's what we're getting. And it's also a way to bring back Elias because Ezekiel is written off TV. He can grow the beard back. He can come back, and we can get back the man we miss oh so much, and we can all walk with Elias. This is a win-win situation here. Again, we get Prize Fighter KO back. We're getting his Elias back. Thank you. Thank you. We're getting a lot of thank yous tonight because it was just awesome. Like he said, I've been following him on Twitter long before everybody. He only makes sense. That's right. I only make sense. Nobody else, just me, especially not Zayn. Owens can't work in Ecuador. Maybe, I don't know. Get out of here with that. You're just being silly. So after that, we go to a Miz and Champa backstage. Miz talks about the interviewer says Champa something about him being phenomenal. Miz takes some issue with that, takes a shot at AJ, and then Champa cuts I won't say a fantastic promo. It was a really good promo about how he's trained by Harley Race. This was for Harley Race, and then there's a Harley Race robe in the back. So it was a nice promo by him. It looked like it might be heading towards a Champa face turn with the Miz because a lot of people thought Miz might turn on him for night, but didn't happen. But we'll see what happens moving forward after tonight's show. More Gray. Come on, man, my clicker sucks tonight. More Gray and Champa's beard. Love it. The little things. Yeah, he's trying to get that jerk King Jimmy Bay beard going on. They really sold me out. Yes, they did. And when I get to that, you're going to see the excitement in this because I was so fucking pumped for it. Champa is great on the mic. Champa is great at everything, Josh, but I think we all know that. Harley Race call out nice. So after that, we go to, let's see. That actually happened before after. I got two things mixed up there, but it's okay because they were back to back. So from there, we get Finn Balor and Priest. They come out. Finn Balor says, I am danger because he's about to wrestle Rey Mysterio. And then Priest says that Raw will be in Toronto in 2 weeks. And they're going to destroy Edge. You want to destroy Judgment Day, but Judgment Day is going to destroy you, Edge. I challenge you on Raw in Toronto. You haven't done that in over, I don't even know how many years. So we're getting that in Toronto. That will be awesome. And then we go into Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio Jr., which was a nice match. Killer Kowalski reference, very nice. U.S. title hasn't meant this much since Cena did the open challenge. For sure. They really, in 2 weeks' time, Triple H has been like, you know what? This belt does mean something. Here you go. It's beautiful. Priest versus Edge booked 2 weeks ahead. I'm not going to say anything about that. Because I'm not shitting on Vince's booking. I didn't hate it as much as everyone else. But Finn versus Rey. We had this match a few weeks ago. This match was significantly better. They had more time. They had a little bit more freedom. You could tell they had more freedom. Loved this match. It was great. Priest tried to get involved. That's when Edge came out. Before the match, Rey was like, don't get involved, Edge. It'll hurt Dom's feelings, something along those lines. Edge came out to help anyway because Dom never showed up. And then he chased Priest through the crowd. As Rey was about to pick up the victory, out comes Rhea holding Dom, dominated Dom again on her shoulder, drops him down. Rey's distracted. Finn takes advantage. Coup de grace, 1, 2, 3. Finn picks up the win. That's it. So they're just beating. Dom is now being dominated by Rhea weekly, and that's what's going to end up making him turn. He's going to go to Judgment Day because you know what? If I'm going to get beaten, I want to get beaten by her, and that's what it's going to be. Another very nice history lesson. The U.S. title spanning history matters. Yes, and they touch on history so much now, and it's cool. Rhea really made it's Eddie's son. It's just nice to see so much focus being put back on the mid card. Yes, it's almost like I said that's what he was going to do first. Do the little Champa back clap right there because I did. I'm taking full credit for that one. This was what he was going to focus on first, and it's beautiful. Mid card will carry the show. Has always been the workhorse titles, and it helps you elevate main event talent with it feeling organic and not forced on us. Awesome. Triple H is making the show better. For sure, Deshaun. For sure. I started to see some of the cracks tonight on the IWC, and I'll touch on that a little bit later too, but they can just kick rocks as far as I'm concerned. And then we got Sane Logan Paul Reyes versus. I'm going to say this right now. I've seen Dom wrestle one time since Triple H was in charge, and I thought he looked better in that match. So I want to get some more matches under Dom before I agree with that. But I do think Logan Paul is awesome, bro. If it ain't mad, ain't got torso. Jimmy Bebe knows what's good. That's right. That's right. So after that, Tamina and Dana are being interviewed because they're part of the women's tag team tournament. They listed all the teams. I didn't write the teams' names down, so they got mostly names from Raw and SmackDown. They got one team from NXT, Nikita and Zoe Starks. Interesting that they would use those, but I feel like I know why, and it made sense to me, so I'm not going to hate on it. Thrown together teams, not a fan of that, but it is what it is. It looks like they're going to do one match per show, one on Raw, one on SmackDown, one on Raw, one on SmackDown, and then I don't think the finals will be at Clash because they already announced a match with 4 of the girls that already have a match at Clash, so it would kind of like spoiler, but we shall see from there. Bailey, Io, and Dakota, they end up interrupting Tamina and Dana, and they basically talk nonsense, and then it goes right into the Tamina-Dana match against Io and Dakota because those are the 2 teams in the tournament that are fighting tonight. Don't listen to Zayn, Tidy. Don't listen to Zayn. Nikita and Zoe, same names as NXT. Yeah, absolutely. And they've already gave Angel Garza his name back. I've heard rumors that they're going to give Pete Dunne his name back. Not a fan of that one because I think the Butch character is really fun and cool. But again, Pete Dunne is cool too, so I can't be too mad. Shut up, Zayn. So the Tamina and Dana match against, we're going to call them Control because that's what everyone else is calling them right now. And commentary says Control a whole lot when these ladies are on the screen. Tamina and Dana impressed me tonight, but again, they were given time. So it's like, yo, where's this been the whole time? It's kind of crazy. I was very impressed with what they had compared to what we've seen in the past. Dakota and Io clearly picked up the win here, but Tamina made them work for it. Tamina beat that ass for a long time in this match. Bailey ended up pulling Dakota out of the way in front of Dana's little flippy gymnastics flip. And that's what kind of set the whole thing in motion for Dakota and Io to win. Nice victory for them. They advance. They take on the winners of Nikki, Ash, and Doudrop, and Alexa and Asuka. So that's next week. They get the winner of those, and then that'll be the semifinals right there. Shut up, Zayn. I was surprised at how stacked the women's team. I still don't like the teams they threw. Some of the teams they threw together that kind of don't make sense, but they have the roster to do it if they just utilize it and actually put forth an effort. So it'll be interesting to see how well Triple H can book this. And then you have that one tag team that's just going to be waiting in the wing to confront the winners at whenever the finals are. So that'll be fun too. From there, we go to in the back. KO is leaving. The interviewer runs up on him. I think it's Kevin Patrick. And he's like, Kevin, where are you going? I need to know, why did you do what you did, Kevin Owens? And then he lets it be known, plain and simple. I know who I am. There's more eyes on this show than there has been in a very long time. And this is the Kevin Owens show. I needed to remind him. That's right. It is the Kevin Owens show, baby. In the background, this was interesting because at first I thought it was like, oh, there's an accident and they just filmed anyway. That's weird. They weren't paying attention to the surroundings. There was a car accident in the back. He hit a pole, and then you had Nikki Ash and Doudrop and a bunch of people out there, and they're just like, yo, what. So it was like, that's kind of interesting. Didn't think it was part of the show, though. I just thought it was an accident that just so happened to be back there. More on that later. From there, they showed Dom getting checked up on. He's beaten up pretty bad. Rhea worked his ass over pretty good. Very quick. That was all it was. They show the U.S. title promo again, just letting you know, hey, guess what? It's important. Very good. It's a beautiful video package, and it's ended with, Bobby Lashley is your United States champion, talking about how important it is. Very good, very subtle stuff. That's all you need to make it just feel that much more important. The car crash, very spree. Yes, exactly. Again, it was so... It was done in a way where I was like, I don't think that's part of the show. I thought it was just an accident. Very cool stuff. I have a theory. Ray's Spanish son crashed his car on his way out. Rhea saved him and brought him to his Spanish dad. Hey, it could work until we get to the end. Then your theory's gone, but whatever. Zayn thinks he's a comedian tonight. So after the promo, commercial break, come back. It is time for Champa versus Lashley. And when I tell you I was like this the entire time, it's not a joke. there was twice in this match I thought Champa had him, and I was like, you got me. You got me. The false finishes were done to perfection. I like that Ciampa's so good. He's clearly outmatched here with Bobby Lashley. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's superior in almost every way, except for wrestling ability. And that's where Ciampa had to work. And it was so damn good at what he does. In the middle of this, Miz tries to get involved. AJ comes out, chases him out. While this is happening, Ciampa kind of starts to get a little bit of an advantage. Then AJ and Miz come back through the crowd into the ring. While this is happening, Ciampa really takes advantage. He hits Widow's Peak. I think at this point he rips the. No, this happens after. There was so much going on. I was just so invested. I'm not taking notes when I'm this invested in the match. Sorry, it's not happening. Go back and watch the match. That's all I'll tell you. He hits the Widow's Peak. That was one of the false finishes where I was like, he got him. He ripped the turnbuckle off and hit Lashley on it twice, and then hit him with that vicious ass. Nobody has a knee like Ciampa in the business. 1-2. Bobby Lashley kicks out. I was like, you dirty. Lashley, two times he had picked up and threw him around and flipped him and went for the hurt lock, and Ciampa got away. It was so. This is what wrestlers should be. It was the suspense was killing me. I was like, who's gonna do this? Is Ciampa gonna win? I was so excited. You actually have to pay attention to the show now because of those small brief effects. Yes, absolutely. I won't go that far. Absolutely won't go that far. But if you're looking at match of the week, that's going to be hard to top based on just the drama alone in it. It's I don't think you can match it. It was so damn good. Ciampa versus Lashley is how it's done. Both guys came out looking better than before they went in, regardless of the result. And man, Lashley is growing on me the last month. I've never been a Bobby Lashley fan. His promo last week was cleaner and crisper. I enjoyed it more, and his wrestling matches have just been more entertaining. So whatever they're doing, whatever is happening, keep it up because you're turning Bobby Lashley on me. I like him for a change, and that's something I never thought would happen. Knees just like Regal. Yeah, knees just like Regal indeed. Get out of here with that nonsense. Ciampa knee you in your head, Zane. Knock your hair right off your head. So Bobby Lashley puts a hurt lock on. Ciampa fought it forever. He was flailing his legs trying to get him on the rope, but Lashley just kept pulling him away, and Ciampa had to tap. Oh, I was so mad about it. This is bullshit. I wanted to start that chant in the house, but people sleeping, so I can't. Not mad, though, because it was a great match. So excited watching this match. I was literally at the edge of my seat. This felt like it was a pay-per-view match. And that's just how great a job they've done at making the United States title feel so important in just 2 weeks. So thank you, H. Thank you, Papa H. Thank you. There's another one for you because that's how I feel about it. You were getting 70% Lashley before. This applies to a lot of the wrestlers. So you like him now more. It makes more sense. He's just been boring, though. He's just never been that. So maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to say. I felt like Gargano would return was a hometown nonetheless. Nope, he's not coming back until that baby turns 1. He's not coming back. You mark it on the calendars. The earliest he's coming back is Royal Rumble. Mark it. Write it down. My sources tell me, because that's what everyone's doing now. They're just making these fucking crazy predictions saying, my sources. You ain't got sources. You just, whatever. I'm not getting into all that. Another part of this match is Ciampa put on the Gargano lock. Awesome. I thought that was another thing. I thought Bobby Lashley was about to tap or pass out. And I was like, come on. I can't recommend this match enough to anybody and everybody. Go watch it. There you go. Another prediction to watch. Royal Rumble at the earliest, Gargano. For all you people that think he's coming, he's not until the Royal Rumble or after. When Quill turns 1, y'all can expect him. I felt like Gargano would return. No. Yep, there you go. I'm handing it to you on a silver platter. So after that, it's hard to follow that up. So I don't even think they tried because they gave you Omos, which is what everyone hates. But I'm going to let you know right now, you can hate Omos all you want. You can hate him all you want. If you didn't see an improvement in tonight's match, I don't know what you're watching. That just don't. I'm not one, I say it all the time, I'm not one that's as hard as Omos as everyone else is. I don't think he's completely shit. I think there's a lot of promise there. He will never be the guy that's going to give you a 5-star work rate match, but as a believable monster, he can do it. Tonight, I saw glimpses of that. He took steps forward for the first time in a long time tonight. I liked it. Yeah, nope, I'm not moving on because squash matches. This is what he should do. He shouldn't be doing them every week because they get played out. But when he looks like he did tonight, you can build him as a monster. And I know monsters aren't really even people's things today because they want, again, 5-star work rate matches. I don't want it every match. I don't. I want to see some variety, and that's what Omos can bring you. I don't ever want to see him as a world champion. I want to see him as a guy who hurts people, who is used to elevate another guy up, be like, okay, well, you got to get past this big monster because he's booked like a monster. That's how he should be booked, a la Braun Strowman. He's not Braun Strowman, but he can get there 100%. And if you don't agree, I don't know what the heck you're watching because, again, tonight he looked so much better. Royal Rumble, man, is that what the predictions are going on? Yes, Royal Rumble. Again, that's the earliest you're going to see Johnny. Drop throughout the year. Yeah, they're going to drop hints, and everyone's just going to predict he's coming back all the time because he's a Triple H guy, and Triple H bringing all his guys back. Well, he's flat out said he's not missing the first year of his kids' life, so that's what it is. Book Omos and an angle where he's someone's spending. Hey, keep your fantasy booking for Monday when you get slapped, son, because that's what's going to happen. I'd say Johnny shows at the Rumble, a lot of debuts there. And the pop would be amazing for him. Yeah, he literally called every single season. Yes, I do call every single season of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I pick the winner each one we've watched. Yeah, so if you want to know who's going to win if you watch RuPaul Drag Race, you want to know who's going to win, just ask me. I'll watch a few episodes, and I'll let you know who's going to win. I always get it right. Straight up. But back to the WWE Raw show, Monday Night Raw. Omos just destroyed the two jobbers. That's what it was. So that Seth was next, interviewed. They asked him about Riddle. He don't want to hear about Riddle. And then he continues to bury Riddle as only Seth Rollins could do because he is just brilliant at everything he does. Another thing I will just tell you, watch it. Just watch it because Seth is just so damn good. Well, there you go, Tidy. That's why we're friends. We got that in common. Seth with the Dana White reference, maybe a no holds barred match with Matt. It's definitely a no holds barred match. As I said on the prediction show the other day, when I went to the house show, that's the match they had in the main event. So I imagine that's what they're going with at the pay-per-view. It makes sense. They're going to bring the house down. Get ready, people who are going to Clash, because it's going to be awesome. I promise you. Why don't you predict how I'll kick your ass next Monday? Get that right, just like how you got T-Bar joining Judgment Day right. I never said he was going to. I said he should. Go back and check it, buddy. And for anybody that's watching that wants to see what Zane's talk about, Monday we're having a fantasy booking competition. Zane's gonna try and out fantasy book me about an angle. So tune in and watch him fall flat on his face because he's gonna look so stupid compared to me. So tune in for that. It's going to be fun. We'll have more on that on WrestleBuddy's page. Stay tuned. So back to Monday Night Raw. After the Seth segment where he just completely buries Riddle, we go to a Chad Gable versus Dolph Ziggler match. Fun match because these two, with their wrestling background, decided for the first few minutes they were just going to amateur wrestle themselves. And it was awesome because it helped set the pace. It then evolved into a wrestling match, which is cool, very fun. Chad Gable worked over the ankle on Ziggler. Ziggler kept fighting. Hometown guy. He's got to fight out. Eventually, he gets out. He hits the super kick, which he missed 3 times because each time Chad Gable would just grab it and put it back in the ankle lock. So good. Just so good. This is just wrestling 101. Love these two, and it was awesome. And in the end, Ziggler got the win. Hometown guy got the win. So hometown dude's getting wins now in WWE. So that's always fun. Dana White in a Shark Age, Triple H, WWE, no references made without people. I don't even think he watches this show. I think he's just here to say silly ass stuff. Yeah, Zane, he said he should. Didn't say it was for sure. Call me on. Yep, there you go. I said he should. And guess what? If they're repackaging them, where would you put them? a place that takes over people who have been misused. So it's still possible. We got Jimmy may crush you saying May. No, will. That's not a prediction. That is a spoiler. Gabe is amazing in the ring. The gimmick, not so much. Would love to see Gable Gresham match. I don't even hate the gimmick. I think it's fun. Thank you. It's a shush. Maybe the shush needs to come down just a little bit. He uses it too often. I think it's fun though, and I would like to see him. I would like to see Alpha Academy utilized much better though. That's what I'll say. Ziggler and the baby. In case y'all didn't see, Ziggler tried to kidnap some lady's baby at a live show last night. It's hilarious. Go look it up. It's on the Twitter page of the Drip King Jimmy Bebe. Very, very fun stuff. Now we go to backstage. Nikki and Doudrop are cutting a promo. Then it goes to Alexa and Asuka cutting a promo. In the background, the car that crashed earlier is now being put up on a tow truck. And I'm like, okay, why would they go back here? That's very weird. Very strange. And then you see security running from the car past Alexa and Asuka. And I was like, huh, that's part of the show. Now they've got me. It was awesome. It was very cool. From there, Bailey, Io, and Dakota interrupt Alexa and Asuka, let them know they ain't gonna win, blah, 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 blah. And then they walk off. They pass AJ. So many things are happening in this segment. And it's great. It's so great because I'm just like, I have to, as David pointed out earlier, you have to pay attention. It's fun. It's awesome. So, to Rolly Roll, who was asking about who the person was got arrested, it's coming up because it has to do with that car. I don't know for a fact, but just based on everything that's happened, it has to do with that car. Got repackaged Retribution. The German's appearance at the end of the show has been convinced that Retribution might be coming back with Ray Spanish-Sean. Let me guess. That's what you're going to say, Zane? Yeah, that's what you're going to say? You can see what happened to our commentary table here. It's destroyed. One pen. Okay, so after that, it is time for the main event. It is AJ versus Miz in a no disqualification match. My only issue with this match is it was made after the Bobby Lashley Champa United States title match when AJ and Miz got involved. So what was your main event before this? That's my only issue. That's such a small thing to gripe about, but I think that you can't do that. I think you can't do that with your main event. If it's a filler match, whatever. But for your main event, that should be set in stone. You can't have something that happens organically through the night. It doesn't work for me. But with that said, I don't watch very many Miz matches and think, that was really good. That was really fun. He's just not my cup of tea in the ring. Character-wise, he's bang up. Beautiful. But in ring, I'm never that happy or I'm just not satisfied with him. Tonight, yep, he showed me something. The DQ match wasn't anything crazy. They didn't go off. They didn't start using a bunch of weapons and putting people through a bunch of tables and all that nonsense. They didn't go campy with it. They did just very simple yet effective stuff. Champa gets involved. Then he ends up going through a table. AJ takes the kendo stick and he hits Miz's massive balls, tiny balls, whatever side of that story you're on. He hit him with it. And then in the end, he ends up hitting the Styles Clash. 1, 2, 3. AJ gets the win. That's cool. Too many camera cuts. See, I'm not one of those people either. I hardly pay attention to camera cuts. When people point them out on Twitter, I'm like, yeah, it seems like it's a lot. But when I'm just watching the show, I just doesn't get me. At least the main event kicked ass. Literally every match tonight kicked ass. Straight up. I have nothing else to say about it. Every match tonight kicked ass. Even the very short yet very effective Kevin Owens one kicked ass. After the match, I'm like noticing in the crowd, there's security and they're wrestling someone in the ground. I'm like, yo, someone's getting arrested. This is crazy. And at this point, I think the car thing has to do with later. Rolly Roll, this is for you if you're still in here. I think the car thing is just something, maybe this is going to continue through the oncoming weeks. So the wrestling down, then AJ walks over and starts looking. And I'm like, okay, wait a second. No, this has to do with the show. Must have to do with the car because the security camera. Okay, this is getting interesting now. Pro wrestling, not sports entertainment anymore. Kick-ass matches. No, it's still whatever you want to call it. You call it sports entertainment, you call it pro wrestling. As long as you're entertained, that's all I give a crap about. So AJ looks and he starts to walk away, and they're holding the person down. Whoever it is they're arresting, they're holding him down. At the very last second, as they start to pull him back, boom, it's Dexter Lumis. That's not a name that's going to get you hyper crazy. And I think the way they introduced him so far is the way you should introduce someone of his caliber. Because again, he's not someone that's going to make you go, oh, damn, things are getting crazy. It's like, okay, there's a new character. This is how characters used to get introduced back in the day that made me go like, okay, this is cool. This is fun. And you only got a split second of him because as soon as his head was up, they were pulling through the crowd and he was gone. So much so, I was like, girlfriend loves Dexter Lumis. And I was like, oh, babe, it's Dexter Lumis. But by the time she looked up, he was gone. So she didn't even get to see him. So she mad at me for it. But sorry, babe. I'll show you a clip later. So the car stuff, all that was Dexter Lumis. It was told through the night. We got a glimpse of it. It's a way you introduce a new character. Is he going after AJ? I don't know. This could be very interesting. I like it. Dexter is weird. Yeah, exactly. I hope they play into the psycho character more than the artiste character that he was doing at NXT and not married to Indy Hartwell, because I don't want to see that on the main roster. I want to see the psycho Dexter. It was cool. So the angle is the Dexter Lumis, the shitty driver. I think it's the Dexter Lumis is just a crazy person, bro. Jesus, Zane, you Dexter Whitehouse. Yeah, you're crazy too, bro. You're crazy too. So yeah, that was the show. That was the end of your show. Literally top to bottom. There's not one complaint from me. Again, other than the very small, very, very, very small that your main event was just happened. It wasn't something that you had planned. So other than that, man, this show was great. The matches, great. The storylines, great. The segments, very short, very effective, as David has pointed out and said multiple times. Small, brief, effective. That's what we want to see. Great. This is the best Raw of the year. And I've said that a few times, and I've believed it every time I said it, but this one completely craps all over all the other ones I've said. This was a very, very good Raw. I'm liking the direction of this. And just to touch on what I said earlier about some cracks starting to show on the IWC, yay, good Raw. Yes, very, very good Raw. Mid card strong as fuck. And that's what makes the world of difference for the show is the mid card. I can watch the beginning. It's a storyline in the beginning. I'm like, okay. The main event, I'm always like, okay. The mid card is always the iffy part. The mid card is now being booked to a point where it's like, nope, it's just as important. And that is why these shows are so good. And then Paige and Johnny Ace, please grab your hefty bag at the exit. Yep. Nah. Hey, goodbye, Johnny. You're gone. So people in the IWC are now starting to kind of get upset with Triple H's booking because, it's black and gold NXT. Blah, blah, blah. I know a lot of you are the ones that were praising the black and gold era before it started to go down and then changed nights and then went to crap and then changed to 2.0. You can stop it. Because what we're getting now is things that worked on the main roster prior to Triple H getting there, mixed with all the things Triple H did perfectly on NXT, Black and Gold, whatever era you want to call it. And it's a perfect blend. And that's why these shows are so good. You're getting the best of both worlds. If you have a good mid card, it carries over good appetite. Yes, absolutely. Right there. 100%. So, like the AW, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Zane. You're 100% right. But man, when I gotta see these idiots, these hypocrites sit there and talk this shit after last year, I know damn well they were all like, "It's so wonderful," and now they're like, "It's so stupid." Get out of here. The complaint I saw tonight, and I like some of these people. Tonight, the complaint was silly. Toxic Attraction should not be in this tournament because they're not going to win this tournament. When they get called up, they should be booked as like you don't want them coming up and being like, oh, that's the team that lost in the tournament. You want them coming up and be like, oh, okay, they were dominant in NXT. So you put a makeshift team in there just to fill out the tournament because I'm not a fan of that, but it is what it is. If a makeshift team where they debut as singles shows up, losing the first round, then re-debuts a year, 2 years from now, wherever, guess what? It's going to be okay. Because Nikita Lyons, oh, yeah, she lost in the tag team match. Who cares? She's not a tag team wrestler. But again, if Toxic Attraction did it and they showed up 3 months from now, it's like, oh, they lost. They're not even that good. That's why you don't put them in this tournament. It would be very, 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 very dumb. Triple H booking is absolutely sublime. Absolutely. Let the captain know that because it's a fact of life. It's absolutely sublime. The wrestling fans are coming back to WWE, and some of the casuals won't like why they're coming back, hence the complaints. But it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me. But anyway, I just ranted there for a little bit. I had to get off my chest because it was pissing me off seeing that nonsense. But it won't happen again. Watch the show. Just watch it. If you have the time, watch the whole thing. If you don't, man, just watch your favorites because I can't. Champa and Lashley, make sure you're watching that. Everything else is just so good and so on par with everything else. Is like, just pick because it's all gonna do. People are dumb. Yes, they are dumb, Zane, you included. But with that, I will say goodbye. I thank you all for joining. This was a very fun chat tonight. I liked it. It was pop tonight. Thank you very much. Much love to you all, excluding Zane. I will be whooping that booty on Monday. So for all the people who are in here who want to see that, stay tuned because that's going to happen as we fantasy book a fantastic angle next Monday. If I'm approving of these shows, then it's a good wrestling show. And if I'm approving of them, that means it's entertaining as well. So you're getting the duo right there. We got the guy who loves just strictly wrestling. We got the guy who loves the entertainment. It's a perfect blend. It is a perfect blend. Raw is untouchable at this point. There's not another show on right now that I watch. I watch more than I used to, but there's not another show right now that I watch that is better than what Raw's doing. Straight up. Peace, Jimmy. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for joining us tonight, Tidy. I hope you enjoy the show tomorrow on Hulu. Man, I hate that you don't get to watch the whole show, though. I really do. Hulu needs to get that fixed straight away. But now I'm going on too much. So, again, love you all. Thank you very much. Goodbye, and for old time's sake, boom.